La La Land, well, is of course just a beautiful and professional piece of filmmaking. I think it's really clear that Damien Chazelle loves the subject matter, particularly jazz, and the movie makes me, someone who knows nothing about jazz and has no intrigue for it, really respect it. I don't think all the musical numbers are catchy or memorable in the way that a typical successful musical songs are, but like all pure jazz, quote unquote, the numbers have an improvisational quality with ups and downs. And so, even though outside of like the spectacle, you may not be wowed by all of them, especially the first time, if you rewatch the movie, you kind of grow to appreciate the way in which the camera work feels just as improvisational as the music. And it's a really unique kind of achievement to create a piece of art that is really better for its having ups and downs. Like the movie has its ups and downs, and each musical number has its ups and downs, rather than being like what most successful movies are, which is like one consistent drug like high. The movie's better for being different. Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, I think, demonstrated a commitment to the demands of their roles that probably most actors of their generation and their caliber would not be capable of. I mean, Ryan Gosling apparently spent 2 hours a day, 6 days a week, learning to play the piano so that they wouldn't have to use a hand double. And I just don't think most actors would do that anymore. And I think it's a real chicken or egg scenario where it's like, did actors first grow lazy and spoiled, or did movies first stop demanding enough from them? I don't know. Now, I think that very few contemporary on screen couples can talk about movies like Casablanca and Bringing Up Baby without making me scoff, because this feels like the writers have the balls to not so subtly suggest that their characters and their stars might measure up to the iconic pairings like Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman, or Cary Grant and Katharine Hepburn. But the thing is, I think Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone get away with talking about Casablanca and Bringing Up Baby in this movie because they look that great together. And they really do work as well as those other couples do. And their conversations have that wonderful, paradoxical Richard Linklater quality that I really love, where like the dialogue itself is unrealistic. I don't think anybody actually talks like these characters do, and yet it feels totally natural anyway, which I guess just has to do with how well they sell it, how well they read the lines. And I have to give a special shout out to the writing of Gosling's character, because in several scenes, I think it's clear he stands in for Damien Chazelle. And there's not a trace of that irksomeness that I usually feel when the guy behind the camera makes the guy in front of the camera explain, probably via excessive and rapid fire vocabulary, the subject that he is passionate about. I actually like hearing Ryan Gosling explain jazz to Emma Stone. And further, I buy that Emma Stone would like it and be charmed by it. And that's really, really rare. I think the colors in this film pop like very few digitally shot movies are capable of. Almost every new scene has an entirely new wardrobe for its characters and an entirely new backdrop for those outfits to clash with. The choreography is lots of fun. The passage of time montages are interesting, and I don't think they feel lazy the way most montages do. I like the story better than Whiplash. I guess I always have preferred a bittersweet romance to the Rocky esque hero's journey. And more than just being passingly manipulative and romantic, this movie I think is really about the ancient lesson that a person cannot serve two masters. In this case, two passionate people have to choose between each other and their creative aspirations. They can't pour all their energy into both, they have to pick one. I saw this in the theater when it first came out, and I still remember exactly where I was sitting and how I felt. And I rewatched it recently, and it really reminds me of that year, 2016. That was really the first year I started seeing movies regularly and seeing not just movies that I was interested in, but kind of any movies that I could manage to see. because I was interested in the whole damn enterprise. And back then, I would have told you I was all set to walk right out of high school and into Hollywood to make my own movies. And the thing is that time has gone by and my goals have changed. But I still shoot for the stars with my goals, and I still think of the cinema when I do it. And I think that's where the power of this movie comes from. Here's to the fools who dream is what Emma Stone sings, and that's damn right.